Peace to the guys on earth. In this video right here, we're going to talk about grounding. Now, what we must understand, my people, is that grounding is essential for all of us who are on the spiritual path, especially if you're on a spiritual path. All of us in general, grounding is very essential and very beneficial for you, but especially if you're on a spiritual path. Now, what exactly is grounding? Grounding, on one end, is literally placing your feet on the ground, just on the, on the grass, on the dirt, onto the earth, where grass grows, placing your feet where grass grows, where vegetation grows. You feel what I'm saying? And soaking in the nutrition that comes from the earth and giving away all the bad stuff that's in your body, that's leaving through your body through the bottom of the soles of your feet. You feel me? Now, that's one aspect of grounding. Another aspect of grounding would be when you get into a state where you get grounded within yourself, meaning it's like this. You may have came up with a lot of money, or you may be going through something in your life, right? And you may be experiencing something where you feel out of tune with yourself, or you feel out of touch with your purpose in this life. You feel out of touch with why you're here. You feel out of touch with who you are. You may be a person who enjoys going to the gym a lot. You enjoy working out. You love working out. It's one of your passions, but for whatever reason, you find that you don't like doing your passions as much anymore, or your passions don't bring you as much pleasure or whatever anymore. You feel what I'm saying? And you find yourself doing other things which bring you more pleasure, but they don't actually bring you much fulfillment in your life, because there's a big difference between something that brings you pleasure and something that brings you happiness or fulfillment, right? So you get grounded within yourself in order to get back in tune with yourself, who you are, your path in this life, and everything that you want to do and accomplish for yourself. You feel me? Now, a good way to get grounded in yourself is to come out to nature, or come out to somewhere where it's nature around, it's vegetation. You feel me? Like me, I'm in a park. You know what I'm saying? I'm in a park right here by myself, Go out somewhere, preferably alone, by yourself, somewhere that's quiet. The best case scenario is somewhere where it's nature, there's trees around and stuff, maybe a lake or something, and it's a quiet place. All you hear is just the birds chirping, the crickets or whatever, all that, and you just are able to really be alone with yourself and really spend time with yourself, because a lot of us, especially in today's day and age, we are so distracted and we don't spend a lot of time with ourselves. Even when you're alone, just because you're alone doesn't necessarily mean that you're spending time with yourself, because there'll be times when you'll be alone, but then you'll just be on your phone the whole time, scrolling and scrolling, or watching this video, watching the next, this is and that, whatever. And the next thing you know, hours or whatever, however much time has gone by, and you find that you've been so just distracted from yourself, so out of tune, so just lacking presence in the moment with yourself. So I'm gonna show you a good way to get grounded within yourself in order to get back in tune with yourself and back in tune with what you're here for to do in this life, whoever that you are, because we all here for our own purpose, which serves the collective and serves the all in the grand scheme of things. You feel what I'm saying? No matter what you do, right? So come out to nature, come out to a park or something, come out somewhere where it's quiet, it's nice. You can put your feet into the dirt, and also you want to, if the sun is out, you want to take off your clothes. If you can get butt ass naked, that's the best you could do. If you could get butt ass naked, like I'm talking butt ass naked. But if you can't get butt naked, then at least, take your shirt off at least take your socks off, take your shirt off, you know, and just reveal as much skin as you possibly can. Reveal as much of your skin as you possibly can, because you want to allow the sun and the general atmosphere around you to just get into your body. You know what I mean? So come out to nature, get down onto the ground, sit down, fold your legs or something, you know what I'm saying? Crisscross, applesauce, Indian style, all that different stuff, you know? And simply just sit down and relax. Sit down and relax, and make sure you have your back, keep your back straight. If you can't keep your back straight just sitting down like this, then have your back up against something like a wall. But just make sure you're keeping your back straight. Make sure you're keeping your posture good, you know? But at the same time as keeping your posture good, you keeping yourself nice and relaxed, because the key is to be in a relaxed state. In a relaxed state in your body, and relaxed state of your mind and all that. After you get down into that, onto the floor and whatnot, next thing you want to do is you want to breathe. And I'm talking about conscious breathing, as in, what you want to do at first is you want to breathe in for 10 seconds and then breathe out for 10 seconds. But matter of fact, let me rephrase. You want to breathe in for 10 seconds and hold it for about 3 to 5 seconds, and then let it all out. Hold it for 3 to 5 seconds, and then you want to do 3 sets of that. So that's breathe in for 10, out for 10, that's 20 seconds. And then 3 sets of that is 60 seconds in total. So that's 1 minute. 1 minute of that deep breathing like that. And when you do this, this will reset your diaphragm. This will put you in tune with essentially the heartbeat, the breath of the earth. You know what I'm saying? This will get you in tune with the earth when you breathe like this. Breathe nice and slowly, you know? So just like these, you want to count to 10. And then hold it. Let it all out. And after you let it all out, hold it. And then breathe back in. While you do this, have your eyes closed, you know, and just get yourself into a relaxed state of mind. And after you get yourself into this relaxed state of mind, you want to get yourself into a meditative state, you know. You want to get yourself into a nice meditative state. As in, after you do this, have your eyes closed, and you want to tell yourself, I am the observer of my thoughts. I am observing my thoughts. I understand that I am not my body. Right? And tell yourself this inside of your head. And when you do this, you'll find that when you do this and you're in this meditative state, your eyes are closed, you're sitting down, your posture is good, you'll find that a lot of different thoughts will run through your mind, different thoughts of whatever's going on in your life, or just anything in general, right? Different thoughts, different sensations. You'll hear the birds, the leaves, you'll hear everything around you. You'll have your senses will still work, of course. Your senses are always picking up information. But you want to try to get into a state where you're, in a way, disassociated with the experiences that you're experiencing through your senses. And what I mean by that is, when it comes to your sense experience, our senses are always picking up. Your senses never really turn off. There's no off button for your senses. When your eyes are open, you can't turn your eyes on and off. You know, even when you close your eyes are still working. It's just that your eyelids is covering them, whatever, right? So there's no off switch for your senses. So what you want to do is, you got to understand that your senses is taking in stimuli just a lot of stimuli every single second that you're alive, that you're cognizing, that you're aware, right? Not only that, but also your mind is always, your subconscious is always feeding you different thoughts, bringing different thoughts to your conscious mind and whatnot. So what you want to do is you want to get into a state, like I said, observing your thoughts, and also just simply paying attention to your breath, paying attention, just being aware of your thoughts and just everything that's going on, different sensations that's going through your body, as if you're just observing everything that's going on through yourself, as if yourself is not you, as if yourself is a separate entity from the observer. You feel me? So you sit there and you observe. You observe all these different thoughts that's going through your mind. You observe all these different thoughts that's going through your mind. You observe the different sensations, the different sounds, the smells, the feelings that you're getting, everything. Simply just sit and observe, And then eventually you'll get into a state where, or a period of time where you're no longer thinking. What I mean by that is you'll get into a time where those endless, just that mind chatter, it starts to slow down, and eventually it starts to completely stop. It completely stops at one point. And when it gets to this point where that mind chatter slows down, your brain activity slows down, you want to ask yourself certain questions. Ask yourself questions about your own self. Ask yourself, why do you do the things in which you do? Or just anything that's going on in your life, whatever questions that you really have for yourself. Say you want to learn how to make some more money. Ask yourself, what do I have to do to make some more money? Right? Or you want to know more about yourself, more about what your talents are, your gifts, or whatever that you're here to do. Ask yourself, what are you here to do? Or just simply vent to yourself, and you'll find that the answers will come to you. But sometimes the answers that come to you they don't come to you in the way that you want them to come a lot of the times. A lot of times the answers come to you in the form of, for example, you say, how do I become a genius? How do I master myself? How do I acquire knowledge of myself and a higher knowledge of myself and truly understand the essence of myself and all that is around me, this entire existence, this world, nature itself, everything? How do I understand these things? What is the essence? What is the answer to these questions? Now, your mind might tell you, go to Barnes and Nobles. You want to pay attention to the first thought that comes into your mind. Your mind might tell you, go to Barnes and Nobles. The mind might tell you, go on your phone and look up this or look up that. Or go to this place. Or go and eat this. Now, you say, I want to be a genius. How do I become a genius? And the mind tells you, go to Barnes and Nobles and get this book, or just go to Barnes and Nobles or something. Now, in your mind, you may be thinking, this is where we must be careful, because in your mind, you may be thinking, in my mind, go to Barnes and Nobles. My mind probably telling me to go get some type of book. or something like that, right? Or go to read some type of book or whatever. And you're just like, oh, no, I don't want to read no book. I don't want to do that, this and that. You got to understand that when you get into this meditative state where you're simply observing, you must understand that this is you communicating with the Most High, communicating with the Spirit. And Spirit